Today I'm going to talk to you, dentists, doctors in private practice, about the second business you never knew you had. And that second particular business happens to be marketing. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, doctors, if you do not take marketing as important as dentistry in itself, you simply will be suffering. You simply will be leaving money on the table. And keep in mind that money also buys you freedom. That money buys you quality. Money is surely not the most important thing in the world. Some people say, but you can only say that if you have it. To work in order to just make money as a goal is usually a very bad thing. However, to work in order to make money so that the money can then buy you freedom, so that the money can buy you more better equipment, more better employees, more better marketing, more better like putting it back, like a la Elon Musk, who used his first money to get himself into PayPal, to use the PayPal money to get himself into Tesla and SpaceX. Money is just there to give us the fun we want. And most of the dentists and doctors for 35 years, which I talk about, they love their job, but they would also like to do something else. And it won't really happen if you do not realize that you have a department which is called marketing, and that department must be nourished just the way you must nourish the department of dentistry. Now, in fact, there are more than just the marketing business. There's also the sales business, and there's also the personnel business and training the people business. In those businesses, they all must exist at a relatively same level of competence, same level of intention. Otherwise, well, whatever your practice is, that's what it otherwise will be. So let's talk about just the 3 to 5 ways. You see, everybody says you should have 3 to 5 streams of income. Makes sense to most of us. Let's take these 3 to 5 levels of income. Let's put that just not only in your business, but let's put it only in the acquiring of marketing and kind of like sales. Let's have a look at it. In order to get new patients to come in, you need some type of marketing, some type of flowing out information. That is a knowledge which is not handled with knowing social media and with hiring somebody there alone, even though that also needs to be done. Of course, the vehicle, one needs to know how to drive a car, no doubt about it. So you need to know this type of thing. But it is by far not, it's just a vehicle to deliver, like the mailbox, post office or whatever, right? It is nothing else. In the old days, it was the yellow page, it was the flyers and the coupons. Now it's the social media. But if the message, the charisma, the storytelling, the type of things you do market, not just saying, I'm a good doctor, I have this, have this, have that. Well, that only goes so far because everybody else says it. There's no differentiation. So if you do not know how to differentiate yourself and all that in marketing, it will really not happen. But that is one thing. So then the patient sits in the chair. Now it comes to case acceptance. Okay. Well, what about if you could improve the case acceptance also drastically, nicely? Are there ways? Well, absolutely. That's why there are good salespeople and bad salespeople. Most of your doctors are the worst. So you go and let your receptionist do it. You refuse her a $1 or a $2 raise an hour if she asks for it because she's not good enough. She, after all, doesn't get that many cases closed and whatever it may be. And we don't have any money. But, after you refuse her the $2 raise, you give her another $3,000 case, hoping she will sell it. And there is location, basically where is the sales done? How is it done? There's a lots of emotions with it. It's actually relatively easy to learn. You don't need to be gifted for it. Really not. Of course, gifted in anything helps always, but it's relatively easy to learn. Second source of income. The first, like, how do you bring people more in? Very important because you've got to start somewhere. Second source, how do you sell them more? How to get the case acceptance more? Usually when you get the case acceptance, it doesn't always have to be a case acceptance of everything in one shot, $7, $8, $9, $10,000, 15, whatever. It could be a couple, $2,000, $3,000. Next year, a couple, $2,000, $3,000. The guy has a $1,000, $2,000 insurance and he puts $1,000, $3,000 himself in it. So every year you get $3,000, $4,000 out of him till everything is fixed. Think that there are many, many ways, but you need to do that. So patients coming back for what they did. The amount of doctors I know who if I look, in fact, almost everybody, not everybody. If I look in their charts, there is so much work there that he would his whole life never need a new patient anymore. Would those patients do all the work which is in the chart? Now, I'm not saying I can do that. I can't, but I can drastically improve it. All right. So let's just still put all this at the case acceptance level, or call it the sales level. Then what about referrals? Again, if I have $1 for every time a doctor says, if I do good work, referrals will come. Bullshit. Here's the thing. Ask yourself this question. A, this statement, if you do good work, patients will refer, is a wrong statement. Was maybe one day true, but surely not today anymore. Or you're doing freaking fucking lousy work. It's one of the two. It's nothing else. Because it isn't true. Because you are not getting the referrals you're supposed to get based on how good you are. My God, it is so easy. It's so good that I work from a level of less than high school education, because if I would work from a level of university education, you see, and in less than high school, whatever this school is, I got trained in Europe. It's kind of 2 and 2 is 4. And in universities, you learn 2 and 2 could perhaps be 5. It could perhaps be 3. Yeah, all true. But in real life, the real asset in life, no matter what you do, if the end number doesn't turn out to be somewhere along the line, your calculation has been wrong. So most people do not get the referrals they need and want. Let's just take those 3 sources of income: how to get more new patients in, how to get them better accepted the treatment plan, and how to get referrals. And yes, what uses new tools in, social media, blah, 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 of course. But a new tool, look, I am a mechanical machinery engineer, okay? I didn't say I didn't get any other education than below high school. I just say I use the education below high school to be kind of, living my life. That's all I'm saying. So, if all 3 of those things could become better, sales, marketing, getting new people in and all that, you would be doing better. Yes, you use the new tools. This is what I wanted to say. As an engineer, we have seen that in the engineering business, and I'm probably one of the bad ones. If you give a guy a very, very good tool, if he's a bad engineer, that good tool doesn't do shit to him. He doesn't do shit. That's why when you have, let's just say, 12 people shoveling, digging ditches, so to say, and the guy who digs the most, you give him the best shovel, the best new tool you find, because he will do the most out of it. The guy who doesn't get anything done with a not so perfect tool, he will not get anything done also with the very perfect tool. Believe it or don't, frankly, okay, just observe it. It is like that, okay? How many dentists do you know who have phenomenal equipment and are not necessarily the best dentists, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, yes, the new tools of internet are needed, but they are just a little tiny freaking tool, Google, YouTube, Facebook, whoever they are. They tell us anyway what we can and cannot do. They make rules left and right. It's all laid out. It's not a big freaking deal. It's nothing, actually. Okay? But combine that with 5,000-year-old business sense, with 5,000-year-old marketing sense. Combine that with charisma, which can be learned. Combine that with public relation. Combine that with knowing what people buy. It's like a fisher. He just, I'm making this on a lake, my lake actually in Austria, where I do cook and serve weddings and do all kinds of things. Almost as a hobby. I bought it 5 years ago because I can have the time to do things I like to do. Do you understand? This is the difference between you are making money and doing it in an organized way that you can still live your life and are not chained to making money. Give us a call. Even if you do not sign up on our program, which most of you will not, you will like it. It will give you future food for thought. And that future food for thought will work out positively. I hear it all the time. In fact, I have doctors signing up with us 2, 3 years later after we did basically try to sell them a program. This is a marketing video. Let's make no mistake about it. After they sign up for our program, or after they didn't sign up for a program, kind of say, look, I saw this, I tried a few things worked, a few not. I'm back. I want the whole thing. I want it finally. It got me thinking. This is what this particular 1 hour conversation with us surely will do. All right? However, the choice is up to you, okay? There are ways out there of being in a rat race. There simply are. They are not born overnight. They don't come for completely nothing. You see, no matter where you are in life, if you want to things improve, and no matter in what it is, if you want to things improve, things first get a little bit worse. And how will they get worse? Well, you're going to spend an hour with me already. That's some time. It's a fun time, actually, but nevertheless. And then if you actually go on our program, you're going to have to give us money. So you're already down before anything happened. You see the point? It's like that everywhere all the time, But if you don't do it, you keep being at that plateau. And usually when you're too long at a plateau, that's why it's called a rat race. One always goes down. One always goes down. That's just life conditions. Goodbye. Give us a call.